It's the Labor Day weekend and it's already getting chilly in most of the country, so why not just stay in and stream some TV? TV Guide managing editor Alexander Zalben is here to walk us through some of what's available. Alex, first on your list, the new season of Narcos. Let's take a look at the trailer.
Tú tienes un acento chistoso. ¿De dónde eres?
De Colombia.
Ah.
Tienen 10 segundos para salir de aquí. 10.
9. 7. 5. 4. 3, 2, 1.
Okay, so first of all, is that whole series subtitled?
No,
Okay.
but this is one of the more international productions that Netflix has. So the idea of the series is, it's basically the rise of cocaine, right? In Colombia and elsewhere all over the world. The first 2 seasons were focused on Pablo Escobar. Spoiler, he died. I don't know if you knew that.
I don't think that's a spoiler because that happened in last season. So Pablo Escobar has died. What's to look forward to this season?
So now it's the rise of the Cali cartel, and it's refocused on Pablo, I'm going to get his name wrong, but one of the stars of Game of Thrones you might know is Oberyn Martell on that show. Pedro Pascal, there we go, I remembered it. So his agent is tracking down the cartels. It's very murky, it's very violent, really, really violent. Like if you have an adversity to violence,
I could tell
even
from the trailer that that's probably going to be too violent for some folks.
But it's really complicated, it's very smart, and if you want kind of a history lesson, but in a very dramatic way, it's a great show to check out.
All right, there's also a new movie out, also on Netflix, called Little Evil. And before we get your take on that, Alexander, let's take a look at that.
Child will rise up from hell to rule mankind and to bring on the end of the world as we know it. I think we found that child. And now you're his stepdad.
There is nothing like the creepy child horror film.
Right?
What are critics saying about this?
They're the worst. Well, so this is very silly. I mean, it's something that, frankly, back in the day probably would have been directed DVD, so it's very much turn off your brain, watch it, it's fun. But it's from the guy who directed Tucker and Dale versus Evil, which was also another horror comedy. In that one, there were a bunch of hillbillies who keep accidentally killing tourists. So it was like a little bit of a twist on that. This is, like I said, it's a twist on The Omen and scary child movies. Adam Scott is in it. He's very funny. He's always reliably funny. Evangeline Lilly is his wife, and she's kind of manic and crazy in a very funny way as well. So it's cute, and if you like the genre at all, I think you'll enjoy it. It's a good way of tuning out.
Well, there's definitely a segment of the population that enjoys these things, especially as it gets cooler. American Horror Story returning to TV soon as well. Let's play part of that new trailer.
If you get people scared enough, they will set the world on fire. It's the most intense physical pain you've ever experienced.
When I open this door, do not let go of my hand.
And then another trope, the evil clown.
Yes.
What's the story behind the new season of American Horror Story?
Well, I got to tell you, I've seen the first couple of episodes. I can't say a lot about it, but they stressed me out. It kicks off at the beginning, at the end of the 2016 election, actually on election night. And it's basically, at its heart, it's a parody. You get to see Sarah Paulson as an ultra-liberal. She is in a lesbian marriage. She has a Prius. She's freaked out about everything that's going on. On the other side, you have Evan Peters as a guy who's a Trump supporter who starts a clown cult, basically, and how they conflict and how they get together. Again, super violent, super crazy, but it has a lot to say about the way that we interact with the news media and each other in the modern world, so it's much smarter than you give it credit for.
Okay, I'm going to get you a cup of chamomile tea and give you a chill pill later, just because you're so stressed out from watching American Horror Story. Alexander Zalben, thanks so much.
Thanks for having me.